What's going on, guys? It's Greg from ECD, and we have another head review. This time we are doing the Warrior Regulator Max Warp Pro. So this is the first D head to come with the Warp. Big shout out to Universal Lacrosse for sending us one down to check out. Their links in the description if you want to check it out on their site. But let's get right into this thing. So it comes in your standard Warp Pro packaging. Tells you a little bit about the pocket on the back. It's got this nice form-fitting box. It says it's built for strength, Warp Pro Reg Max. And it's got the standard Warp box that they've come in the whole time. So this is still the original pattern, but it is a really cool looking box. Little magnet enclosure. Open it up. There is your Regulator Warp Max Pro. So this is the Warrior Regulator Max Warp Pro, the first D head that they're putting the Warp pocket in. So if you don't know much about Warrior's Warp technology, you can watch some of our other reviews. We'll put them in the description. But basically, it's their way of permanently affixing a pocket to a head, so you don't have to worry about stringing it. It's always consistent, and this comes with its own set of advantages and disadvantages depending on if that's something you'd like, or if you'd rather string your own head. So check out some of our other reviews if you want to see a more in-depth explanation of that technology. But again, first D head with this tech. The Max was obviously a head before, and Max is their term for making the heads really, really stiff. And this head is definitely really, really stiff. The first thing you notice, it is probably the stiffest lacrosse head I've ever picked up. This thing is like a rock. It is going to hurt to get checked with. That is one thing you can be sure of. And D guys who like to check a lot, lay really big slap checks, are going to love this head. It does come with some weight, so the fully strung Max Pro is 8 ounces. Compare that to a Rebel Defense fully strung is only 7 ounces, so 1 ounce difference. But I feel like this head is for a guy who doesn't care about 1 ounce difference in their stick, like Tucker Durkin, who's promoting it. Is just a beast and just wants the head to be as stiff and hurt as much as possible when he's throwing checks. So the weight, I'm not really that concerned with. The thing you should remember, it is ultra stiff. The other thing you notice right away with the head, pretty standard Regulator design with the W, kind of like the old Revolutions back from when I was growing up. Is that it doesn't have a lot of design to it. Very smooth matte. The face shape is ultra wide, so almost no pinch and flare at all. It's just pretty much straight out from the start. Really, really wide up here with the scoop. And one thing they did that has changed a little bit is kind of angled that scoop back up to make ground balls from a higher angle a little easier, so you can pick them up really quick. Obviously really important for D guys, and something I think they did a really good job on this head. Another little note is some changes in the Warp attachment. So you've just got these little insets here. I think that's just to make sure that this Kevlar outer stays really secured to the head and you're not going to run into issues with the pocket. There's some on the sides here too. It's got the throat lock down there without the mechanism, so it's just a little plug that helps with head rattle. I've always really liked that. Double screw holes, D guys always like that too. That's an essential. So now let's dig into the pocket. So this one is a mid-high whip 2. That whip 2 is on their 4 scale, 1 through 4. Who does a scale to 4, just do 5 at that point, but it's a 2 on the 4 scale, so halfway up, I guess. And so it's meant to be something that pretty much anyone can pick up and use. And I'd say that was pretty accurate. When we picked it up, a couple guys in the office have thrown around with it, and the passing was really smooth and accurate, and the shooting was also really smooth and accurate. And I like that they went with the mid-high for the defensive model. So the pocket is definitely very baggy. You see they've got these big diamonds in the middle and allows the ball to float all the way up and down. One thing I think they did a great job with is getting it nice and tight right in here, so the ball is held right in that deep spot. The one issue we were seeing with this is that with the shape of the mid-high and the way they did the tension, they've had an issue with some of the other warps, is that it gets really, really loose up here on these corners. It's very stretchy and very loose on the corners. So when you look at the channel, you're seeing a lot of looseness here. And what that allows for is just the ball to sometimes, when you're doing a quick like toe drag, which you guys do a lot, the ball can tend to go up into the corner and get lost, or then if you do that move and then throw, it'll come out inconsistently. So that's one thing I've had a criticism of all the warps for, and this one's probably the worst since they tried to push the pocket up. It just got really loose all up in here in the top, which is not something you like to see in a well-strung pocket. One thing everyone noticed is the noise that it makes when you catch. You can even hear it just like when you're pounding the pocket, but there's a really funky noise it makes when you catch that I'm not sure I could ever get over. And the other thing that they had fixed from previous warps that is now back is the scoop click. So with all that looseness up at the top, you're definitely getting the ball that's going to hit the plastic. This is something that some people like, some people dislike. That's a preference item. It's not good or bad. It just goes one way or the other, but I have found that less people like it than people who prefer it. So it's not my favorite thing, but just something to note that the click from the original Warp products is back on this this D-Pocket. So the price on this bad boy is 180 bucks. That's the same as all the Warp Pro models, which isn't that bad. If you're looking at a high-end head strung with a high-end pocket, you're probably somewhere around the $150 range if you do it in a store. Much cheaper than that if you do it yourself, more like $130 if you do it yourself. So it is more expensive, but it is their highest end model, their most technology. I know this process, all the machinery, all the patents they have is not cheap. So they're not just artificially jacking. That came out of nowhere. Okay. I was trying to get through it. It just came up. Okay. It's literally costing them more to put out this level of technology. So it is a little more expensive, but it is some pretty advanced tech that they're using here. Overall, I think that D was a great position to go with. Their defensive players are generally a little less particular about their pocket than offensive players. And what you've got here is a pocket where for ground balls, the ball's going to fall in really quick, nice and high for long clearing passes. It does throw really accurate and shoot really accurately. Pretty decent hold. So overall, you're seeing it on Salisbury Field, Tucker Durkin. I think they're going to have a better time getting players to adopt this just because D guys are more likely to have a pocket that's pre-strung than some other players. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments about this version of the Warp. I think is probably their best yet and was a lot of fun to play around with. So thanks for watching, guys. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, visit Universal in our description if you want to check one out or get it online, and have a great day.